Hello and welcome back to Mitchy CEES World. I am currently on my rooftop pool and I have a beautiful view, and I wanted to take you guys swimming with me. And honestly, I just wanted to thank you guys. I've put out a few videos for the past few weeks and I've had an immense amount of growth. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribed, everyone who's liking my videos, everyone who's sharing my videos. Thank you guys so much, because I'm just feeling so blessed and so thankful. Because of God, all these things are literally possible. So thank you guys for that. I don't know if it's because it's near Easter. I don't know if it's because God is just so amazing, but I've been feeling extremely thankful lately. I've been feeling super, super blessed, just being able to travel the world, being able to see new things that I've never been able to see before. I just feel so blessed and appreciated by God. And I know only because of God these things are possible. I want to be able to encourage people that no matter how bad you think life is or how bad things are going, it can always look up. It is never the end of the world. You know what I mean? I think it's really easy, especially in this day and age, like with everything that's been going on, it feels like life is not worth living and you feel so defeated and you feel like, what's the purpose sometimes? But I think it's a strong moment to just trust in God, to have faith in God, and to know that you can't be able to plan your whole life. It's going to be impossible. But what you can do is you can try to be thankful. No matter what, God is going to provide. You may think like you're the worst person ever, or you may feel like you're a sinner, or you may know the bad things that you've done, or maybe you're extremely negative. But God is still there. God still loves you. God is still thinking about you and taking care of you. And I think it's just time that we need to stop having a bad mind towards things. If you're thinking that no miracles are going to come, how are you giving God a chance to actually do those miracles? When bad things are happening in your life, it's really easy to feel extremely discouraged, to feel like it's the end of the world, to feel like there is nothing else that's going to be worse than this, that this is the worst possible thing that could possibly be happening to you. But as somebody, who's gone through a lot of struggle myself, somebody who's been through, honestly, hell and back, I can tell you that it ain't the end of the world, We need to, I think, start being able to trust in God a lot more and start leaving all our problems on God's feet. You understand? We need to stop trying to control the whole situation and figure out, what am I going to do about it? I think that we all were born with gifts and talents, and we need to use those gifts and talents in our lives to make our lives a little bit better, if that makes any sense. When we were born, before we were even born, we came here for a mission. And I think people just kind of forgot what their mission is. People kind of just forgot what the whole point is. And we need to remember it, because that is what's keeping you from happiness. That's what's keeping you sad. That's what's keeping you up at night, thinking 24/7 of what you're going to do next. If you were to able to have 100% faith, okay, and this is something that I swear by, I have so much faith in God. I manifest anything that I have in my life. Literally, I have a video on my YouTube 4 years ago manifesting, the life that you want. And I kid you not, I'm living that life that I've tried to manifest 4 years ago. Was it easy? No. And do you have your ups and downs? Of course. You're only human after all. But I think it's important to know that if you have done wrong, you are perfectly excused by God to try to do better. It's not the end of the world just because you did one thing wrong once. I think this year should be your year where you say F you to everyone who doesn't believe in you and you go after the things that you want in life. No one else is stopping you except yourself. People want to blame their past. People want to blame their ex-partners, their parents, their this, their that. The only person to blame for the life that you're not living is yourself. You cannot blame no one else because it's nobody else's fault and nobody else's problem except yours. You are not where you want to be because you put yourself on limitations. You are not allowing yourself to expand and to grow and to become the best version of yourself. So, whether you're here on this planet to remind people, whether you're here for whatever the reason is, go out and do your mission. Stop wallowing and crying because you're not where you want to be. Instead of crying where you want to be, you can put all that energy in becoming the person you have to be. Wake up every day and pray to God. Put your day in God's hands. These are things that really helped me. Pray to God and ask God to guide you throughout the day. Pray to God and ask God to give you that business idea that you've been wanting for years. Pray to God and ask God to give you whatever it is that you need, because God can provide that. You just need to allow God to provide you that. You know what I mean? I have always believed in God my whole life, but I think it became very deep for me when I went through troubles. I went through a lot of hardships, and that's when I actually was able to find God. And you would assume, like, somebody like me, the position I was at, you're like, girl, how do you trust God when you literally have nothing? You understand what I mean? No place to sleep, nothing to eat at night. I had absolutely nothing, and that's when I trusted God the most. And who knows, maybe I was put in that position so God can really test me and be like, hey, do you really trust me? Do you really have faith in me? But I'm so thankful and happy that I just decided to trust in God no matter what. I think that we need to give God his blessings. God takes care of us daily, guys. We wake up with beautiful sight to see this beautiful, magnificent world that we all live in. God has given us a beautiful family. God gives us food daily. God gives us everything. Yet we're still angry and so sad in life. I think everybody, and this is what I do too, I write in my journal every single day 10 things I'm grateful for. Thank you, God, for giving me eyes. Thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank you, God, for taking care of my husband. Thank you, God, for giving me all the business opportunities you have. Thank you, God. And it can be, it says small things, but it's not even small, but it can be from the smallest things to the biggest things. Maybe spend your time being grateful and thankful instead of blaming people and just being negative all day. You understand? If you had better energy around yourself, more good things will continue to happen. But all you're thinking about is the worst possible scenario. That's why you are seeing the worst possible scenario go down. You understand? You need to change your energy. Be happy. Be thankful. Take pride knowing that things can work out in your favor. If it happened for that random person down the street, it can happen for you too. Okay? But all that negative energy you keep on putting out in the world ain't gonna help you. Now listen, I'm not religious, by any means. I do believe in God 100%. I believe in Jesus Christ as well. But I am not a person who goes to church, and you know what? I feel like those are just extra things that you can do. I know that there is a need for fellowship. I do understand that. There's a beautiful thing when people come together and they are able to glorify God all together. But at the end of the day, this is a relationship between you and God alone. And that's why, I don't really take the religious thing too seriously, because at the end of the day, it is only between God and I. But there are some practices and some things that you ought to do in order for your life and your situation to just get better. Being able to pray every day, 100%, that will bring you closer to God, and that will make you understand what it is you're supposed to be doing. There are things called angels, and they are there in your life guiding you, and they're literally there for your benefit. Literally, God has given us all angels, personalized angels, yet we're not even using them. You understand? So there's some tools and some things God has given us and has left us. And it just makes me sad that people have forgotten the purpose. And I understand, you know, I also had forgotten the purpose for a little while. I literally was at a point where I wanted to be off this planet. You know, I wanted to off myself. And it was dark times for sure. But I am so grateful that I was able to realize why I was feeling that way. And maybe you are feeling that way right now. Maybe you feel hopeless. Maybe you feel like it's the end of the world for you. But I'm here to tell you it's not. It's not. I'm telling you, you can go from absolutely nothing to become everything that you ever dreamed about. And it's all possible with God. And I am the living proof of that. I am the proof that no matter how bad things can get, they can get better. I am the proof that you don't need to be the best version to be able to start receiving. God will give you what is meant for you. You just now need to actually put the faith behind it. If you said you're gonna work towards your goal, actually start working towards it. Not just talking about working towards it. Does that make any sense? I just want to spread love and happiness because I feel like everyone's just so angry and everyone's just so sad and everyone's just so defeated and nobody knows what to do anymore. And I get that. It's a reality of our world, sadly. But it doesn't have to be that way, you know. We're able to be happy. We're able to fellowship. We're able to get to the goals we want to be. If you want to travel the world, you can do it. If you want to own the beautiful, most gorgeous house in the world, you can do it. Whatever it is you want to do, you can actually do it. But you need to do certain steps first before you get there, you know? God has been so, so amazing to me. And I'm honestly grateful because all these things that I've been able to attain would be impossible without God. I already know that. Without God, I wouldn't have been able to do anything, you know. But all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding I've even able to get lately is all because of God. Nobody else. So because of that, I am grateful. And I just want to bring you guys on my journey so you can keep on understanding more about me and understanding more about what it is I came here for in this life. I want to start slowly building towards that because, you know, one of my main purposes is being able to go through the hard stuff and being able to teach people about it without them needing to go through the hard things. You know, I've dealt with so many different numbers of things, like it's crazy, and I'm only 25 years old. So like the amount of wisdom I've gained from that is impeccable, and it's really thanks to God. But now I want to be able to spread that happiness and spread that awareness because we're supposed to be happy. We're supposed to be waking up every day knowing that God is the best and that we got this. There's nothing to worry about. You know, that's the life we're supposed to be living, and that's the life that God has made available to us. So anyways, thank you guys for bringing me to 150 plus subscribers. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for just keeping up with the journey with me. Thank you guys for liking all my videos, commenting on my videos, just being amazing subscribers. You know, you guys are way more than subscribers to me. You guys are family at this point because I'm bringing you along to like everything in my life, you know. But yeah, please stay tuned because I have a lot more things to do. Sometimes I'm like crazy because I have so many ideas to the point where I don't know where to start. I don't know which idea makes more sense. But you know, I'm also, not that I'm new to this YouTube thing, but I'm getting used to it. So just, yeah, be able to stay still with me because no matter what, I'm going to keep on trying. But thank you guys so, so much. And make sure you stay tuned to Mitchy CEES World. Please catch up to all my videos. I actually have a playlist currently finished that it's like my whole Vietnam playlist. So if you missed any of those videos, go to the playlist. You can watch all my Vietnamese videos there. And then, yeah, stay tuned on my Instagram. You can keep up with me daily, Snapchat, and turn on your post notifications. I have a lot more on the way. Thank you guys so much, and thanks for tuning in to Mitchy CEES World. Bye.